giving some time. Now I'm going to give some time to an artist who is not afraid to speak their mind, which is one thing that I love about an artist that's not afraid to speak their mind, and especially when it's a female. Because a lot of people have this stigma that females, if they talk out, that they're being unruly or they don't know their place. But I love the fact that she speaks her mind and truly makes her art an interpretation of life. Hey, this is what I'm saying. When you coming from the Southeast region, born in Atlanta, and hey, ain't nothing more sweet than a Georgia peach. That's all I got to say. Hey, I know I got family in Georgia, so I'm glad to say that. This MC got a taste of the city and the suburbs, so that means she's coming from two different lanes. So she can tell you about the streets and tell you about the home life. And her home life, like she said, is not picture perfect. She had a mostly absent father, and a family who she felt didn't understand her, which anybody that is a kid can relate. But then when you see it and you write about it, and you have friends that do time, that's on drugs, and stay in the teen shelters, you just kind of, I guess you could say, you grow up fast. And then when you lose your mom to breast cancer, and, you know, that's a hard thing to swallow at any age, but you do that at the age of 17, especially the cancer. And shout out to all the people that's fighting cancer, like my mom. That's why I wear pink a lot. Hey, you got to do it. You know, this artist, she can give a mature, realistic, straightforward, fiery, against the grain, straight rogue attitude towards it. And yes, we have with us tonight my buddy, my homie, RogueMC. So, how you doing tonight, Rogue?
I'm good. That was a great introduction. I feel special up here.
Hey, look, I tell people, I ain't Steve Harvey, but if you watch Kings of Comedy, when I bring you out, I bring you out.
That's what's up.
That's how it's supposed to be. So how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm real good. How y'all doing up in there?
Hey, you know what? The thing is, we're doing all right. It's, how can I say, one of those crazy nights. And, you know, I told you off air what it was. It's one of those crazy nights, but it's all good now. It's all good. So I had to spill a monologue that you know, I had to, I guess you could say, get out there so people know. But before I get into what I was talking about, and we're going to talk about that as well, I want to talk about you. So, age of 17, you lose your mother, and you have friends that's, like I said, in and out of jail, teen homes, shelters, absent father. What is one thing, or what did you do besides the writing, or what made you turn to the writing to voice and get that all out of your system? Was it, hey, I need to do something? Because you could have did, let's be real, you could have did a multitude of things from, and I'm be straightforward. You could have been selling drugs, doing drugs, selling your body. You could have been doing a whole bunch of stuff. So what turned you to writing?
I mean, I have always been into writing because when I was younger, I had a mentor in my school that always put me in the books because she saw I was getting in a lot of trouble, you know what I'm saying, kind of acting out in class and things like that. And she put me on to, like, you know, books like even Treasure Island, or put me on to Langston Hughes and things of that nature. And so I thought it was cool the way that they expressed themselves, and so I decided to do that as well. You know what I mean? And I had the opportunities put in front of me to do a lot of other things. But I decided to, you know what I'm saying, just fall back and just, you know, focus on writing. Me and started off as poetry, just grew from there.
Now you said Langston Hughes, right?
Yeah.
And this, how can I say, I don't want to say I'm impressed, because that sounds like, you know, I didn't know that you had knowledge, so I don't want to say impressed, but I am very grateful and thankful that you said that, because for anybody who's listening to it live and going to listen to the archive, any young person, they would be like, well, who is Langston Hughes? is that a hip-hop artist or somebody? Then they're going to go and do research, and then they're going to see, oh, now I see who Langston Hughes was. And then that's going to inspire them to learn more about something else. So I'm so glad that you said that. That just, you brought a smile to my face.
I mean, it changed my life, you know what I mean, because I used to get into a lot of trouble, like I said, and we did this Black History thing in my school, and the teacher was giving out, like, a lot of different people to research, like, you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and she called my name and said, well, you have Langston Hughes, and everybody was like, oh, and I'm looking around like, who's Langston Hughes? But then when I went to research him, you know what I mean, I grew that appreciation for his work and who he was, so.
And for everybody who, you know, don't know, Langston Hughes was a African-American poet.
Yes.
So that's what she's talking about. So I just spilled the beans, so we can go from there. Now, the next Rogue. Now, for all the comic book heroes and comic book, I guess you could say, fans, they relate Rogue to the X-Men, and Rogue having, I guess you could say, that wild, fiery attitude. So let's talk Rogue, not the X-Men, but Rogue, the MC. How is Rogue MC's attitude? Does she have that same fiery, you know, whippersnapper attitude?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I'm going to say this for all the comic book fans and everything. I mean, I am a fan of, you know, Marvel and DC, and I am a fan of Rogue. But, you know what I mean, for me, it more so goes to my attitude as a whole, because you can't just throw out a name and be like, okay, I like that, and that's what I'm going to be. You know, it really has to represent you and your style, and so I do pop off sometimes, you know what I mean? I can be, you know, a little wild and crazy, but also, you know, at the end of the day, everybody who knows me knows I'm going to do my own thing, you know what I mean? I'm against the grain. I'm out there, you know. I'm going to do what I want all day, every day. I'm not going to follow the crowd. I'm that rogue.
That's good. You know, that's a great attitude to have, especially one that's not following the crowd. So by you being, I guess you could say, the leader and not the follower, marching to the beat of your own drummer, a.k.a. the rebel with a cause, you know, like it says, you know, in your bio, and you know, your whole mantra is, you just don't want to be another female MC. You don't want to in the field with everyone else. So with you not wanting to be just another MC, not just another rapper, you want to be what does Rogue want to be besides an artist? Because it's easy to say, you know, Rogue is an artist, not just a rapper, not just an MC. You know, explain to the listeners and my fans what exactly you want to be.
I want to be a role model that I didn't have necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm on this journey in my life to be the best person that I can be, to be the most creative person that I can be, and to just enjoy my life as a whole. So when I don't want to be another female artist, I don't want to be another one that has this certain look, because everybody has that idea in their head about what a female rapper is supposed to be or what a female artist is supposed to look like. And as far as I'm concerned, why can't I just be me? You know what I'm saying? For those females out there that are growing up and that want to look to somebody who looks like them, or that want to be like somebody who, you know, okay, well, Rogue is being her. What's wrong with me being me? You know what I mean? I don't have to be in a mold. I can be me as well. And no, I'm not going to be just like Rogue, but I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to be my own Rogue.
Wow. Okay. You know, I was looking for a short answer. You gave me... That was, wow.
I'm in depth. I always think.
Yeah, I can't even follow up with that one. That one was like, wow. So, the role model that you didn't have. Now, you know, I've heard, you know, a lot of people say that. Does that, I guess you can say, does that play a big part into not so much who you are as an artist, but does that play into who you are as a person, how you live your life? Because, you know, listening to your music, I'm not going to say, oh, I can hear and feel the pain, and I'm not even going to run that line of bullshit to you. I'm not really, you know, I'm going to keep it real. You know, hey, you can hear it, you can understand it, but then it's also, you have that, you know, that powerful voice of, or saying, hey, I'm going to do something. I want to do something. I want to, you know, so having that, or being that, wanting to be that role model that you didn't have, you know, when you're writing, does that play a part into what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me, everything that I do is me. I try to make it true, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't know what else to write, you know? And it's not necessarily that I didn't have the role model, because my mother was there, and, you know, she taught me first and foremost how to be a lady, but at the same time, we had two different personalities, you know what I mean? And it's like I was a little bit different than she was, but at the same time, I mean, you know, mother and daughter, sometimes that relationship isn't always the best. But what I seek out to do is just speak things from my perspective, you know, and just be myself and just be comfortable in my own skin. That's the journey I'm on, and that's what I put into my lyrics.
Okay, so wow, there we go. You got me again. So, that's twice. You know what? That's twice. If you can do it a third time, Rogue, I swear, I have to send you some promotional stuff.
Okay.
No, but on a serious note, you know, I don't want to talk about it too much, but, you know, everyone draws inspiration from, like, some of the greats. Like, who are some of the great, and I don't want to say female MCs, but just MCs in general that you look up to and that you know, that when you're writing, you say, you know what? Yeah, now, if XYZ was to do this song with me, they would really rock out to this because of how I did it.
The people I look up to, Eminem, DMX, Mos Def, Jay-Z, Nas, you know, those are the people that I really look to, because I deem them as taking their craft seriously, you know, in their respective lanes. And so, you know, sort of my flow, you know, when I first started out, was kind of listening to M and his wordplay and everything. So I paid attention to that and just, you know, went from there. So, I mean, it's a lot of cats, you know, like DMX with the passion that he puts into his lyrics. I made sure to incorporate that because that's what I was feeling for myself. So.
Okay. Now here comes a tough question for you. You ready? All right. Now, when you're writing, do you feel, I guess you could say, that, or do you feel to yourself, you know what, my mom would be proud, you know, to hear this, and do you, like, have that in the back of your mind, that sense of, you know what, I want to write this, you know, for my mom?
Yeah. Actually, that's a deep question right there. You kind of caught me, but yeah, I think about that because my mom, she knew I love music. You know, she knew I was into it, and I used to always tell her, like, I'm gonna make it. I used to watch, you know, TV like all the time, MTV and everything. I grew up on it, and I was like, I'm gonna be on there one day. I'm gonna be on there, and she never told me I couldn't. You know what I mean? So all these strides that I'm making and the things that I'm doing, I always think she would be proud to know that I'm sticking to it and that I am, you know, going in that direction to be where I told her I was going to be.
Well, that's I told you I was going to. I asked you, hey, question. I told you, and I can respect that because, you know, it's hard to lose anyone at a younger age, but to lose a parent at a young age, that's definitely hard. So I can definitely respect that and understand that, and that's why I asked that. Because that's someone, you know, that you were close to. That's one of your main and biggest supporters. And sound like she was really honest with you as well. So
yeah.
I know that, yeah. That's it, yeah, I had a black mama, man. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. You think I'm fiery and, you know, I talk out loud? Man, my mom, like, that's where I get it from, straight up.
See, well, that, you know what? There it is right there. So she just passed it on to you, which is a good thing. So, and I had to ask, because, you know, in the pictures, you know, you got the red streak, and, you know, Rogue from the X-Men has the white streak in her hair. So was that done on purpose, or is that one of those things that just happened to be similar there?
No, it happened when I went to college or whatever. You know, pretty much I was doing a lot of shows around that area, and people were like, oh, Rogue like the X-Men, Rogue like the X-Men. And so I was like, you know what, I'll be that. You know, I'm put the streak in my hair and whatever. I'm going to make fun of it, make light of it.
Nice. I like it. I love it. That's what's up. So check this out. We're going to get into a song, one of my favorites. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about your previous mixtapes. what you got going on next, and then we're going to talk about what we talked about off air. That's cool?
Yeah, cool.
All right, well, what I'm going to play is K. So you want to go ahead and introduce this? Because this is all about you. It's your show, baby. You do what you got to do.
Hi, what's up, everybody? Like they said, I'm Rogue. This is my single, K's, right here, Spin Syndicate Radio.
Yeah, y'all, it's your boy Rez Knox, and you are now tuned in to Spin Syndicate Radio.
Yeah, if you don't understand that song, I love that song, and you know why I love that song? Cause see, I'm old. I'm old, bro. People don't understand how old I am when I say I'm old. But see that right there, they gave me that 1989, 90s feel about music when someone had something to say. And with 3 verses, 2 choruses, and an intro and an outro, and that's a song right there. And I just love it. And anybody who wants to get on, and y'all know me, I don't just out the wind just say, hey, I like your music, and give you a whole bunch of props. Y'all know I had people on that I'd be like, yeah, your music is pretty good. But there's no buts with you, Rogue. Dope.
I appreciate that. That means a lot because y'all really go in on people on this show. I've been listening.
And think about it. Remember when I first hit you up? What did I say? Yo, I need to get you on the show ASAP. Did I not say that?
Yeah.
Because I had already did. See, I did my homework. I did it before I even hit you up. I did my homework. I did the research. And everything that I got back was a 10 or better. And I only asked for a 1 to 10. So I definitely had to make sure I pulled you in, definitely. So what's in the future for Rogue? I mean, because you've been doing this. It's not like you're a rookie to this. And I don't want anybody to get that twisted. You're not a rookie. You know what you're doing. You're not a rookie. So What's
am I working
next?
on?
Yeah, what's next for Rogue? I mean, because you figure, let's see, got something for you, only the realest, and only the realest Desert Rose. How many views? Like, what, 14,000?
Oh, yeah, I think it's up to like 16 right now for the Desert Rose, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. So, and then you got, now, I know I'm not pronouncing it right. It's the Black Baccara?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. See, that education of mine, that 80s, 90s education just don't be working. But, and I already know Rose and Karma, that's coming up. But what else do you got for the people? Because being a female MC, it's not many decent ones out there. Let's be real, and it's not many decent ones out there that actually take the craft and the I guess you can say the job seriously, and that's out there, for the music business and not just sleeping around doing what they do. So what's next for Rose and I mean I said for Rose. What's next for Rose and what do you have? What you got in store for the people?
Really, like you said, the main focus is the album. It's going to be called Roses and Karma. In between that, I'm doing a lot of mixtapes. I'm working heavily with some DJs to do mixtapes with them. I'm shooting a lot of videos. I'm doing shows. I'm just doing a lot of things. Like I got a show tomorrow. It's going to be at New Era downtown, in Atlanta. I'm going to do that. I'm working on some things for the end of this month and then also in August as well. So just more music, more videos, more mixtapes, So, yeah.
I love it. And the reason I say I love it so much is because when I do, it's not that I'm confused. That just shows that you already know what you're going to do and what you want. So, what advice do you have for any up-and-coming female MC that I guess you can say, that wants to, I don't want to say jump into the entertainment, jump into this music game, who wants to pursue music as a full-time profession. Because it's not just, like I said, it's not just as simple as saying, oh, I'm going to be an artist, and you go do it, and now I'm going to make millions and make millions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
I mean, I would say to them, first and foremost, be you, because you're not going to stand out being everybody else, like at the end of the day, because it's a lot of females that I see, and I'm like, wasn't she just the one that was, you know, at such and such, and, you know, it was a different person, but they all look the same, and that doesn't stand out to people. You know what I mean? They're going to look at you, whatever, but it's, you know, it's not a good look. And it's like, be prepared, you know, like you said before, to wear many hats. You know what I mean? This isn't just a cute little thing. I'm going to hop on stage and everybody's going to look at me. It's a business side to it as well. And I think, like, a lot of, you know, female artists and just a lot of artists in general don't recognize that. So it's like, be ready for that hard work in a male-dominated industry. You know what I mean? So just stick to your guns, be you, and work hard.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. So now I got one other tough question for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
She had to brace herself.
Because I'm like, you making me nervous. I'm like, you ready? I'm like, what are you about to say?
No, this one is tough, but it ain't that tough. All right, you're not an ugly female. So is there a special person in Rogue's life right now?
A special person like what? What you...
Hey, you know, I got these questions the guys want to know. You know, does Rogue have a man?
Nah, Rogue doesn't. You know, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to keep a relationship. You know, especially being in my line of work. So, like I said, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of late nights, and guys aren't used to that. You know what I mean? So, it sometimes, you know, works for a little while, but not right now. I'm just focused.
All right, well, stay focused and do what you got to do. So now to the lighter side of things. Now, you heard my little monologue, and what was your reaction to it? Tell me what you think.
My reaction was like, I was excited. I was like, they dropping knowledge right now. You know, I almost wish somebody would have told me that same speech like a few years ago. You know, because those are things that I just learned just as it went along, you know. And you're right. You have to wear many hats. You have to be in control of your brand. Because at the end of the day, you know, when somebody listens to your music or they watch your videos or they watch you on stage, they're going to say, oh, well, such and such messed up. Not the team messed up. You messed up. So, I mean, they call me a control freak, and you know, with the people that I work with, but I'm just like, at the end of the day, that falls on me. So, of course, I want to know what's going out, what's going on. You know, let me see the video that was edited before you post it, you know, so all of that.
And that's what I was saying, because I know it's a couple artists that got on, you know, they got a little salty a week and a half ago when I sent out a tweet that said, if you're working harder than your manager, you need a new manager.
I saw that.
But now, am I lying though?
You're right. You know, I mean, with me and my management, you know, it's like we go back and forth sometimes, but we're always both working. You know what I'm saying? We're pushing each other. And it's like, you know, sometimes when I slack, you know, when I'm tired, he's like, yo, Rogue, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You know what I mean? So we're both grinding hard, you know.
And see, and I don't understand, you know, why they got mad, but then I looked at, and I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, you know, so I'm not going to say their names, but I looked at their management and I looked at the artists, and it's almost like that stuck in the mud spinning wheels, you know, scenario where they're doing the same thing with the same results, but they're not changing it up because they're getting the same results. And I'm like, if you want to get out that mud, stop putting sticks there, get you some rocks and put there so you can get some traction and then bounce out, because if your management isn't doing what they need to do, and if you're still in the same spot that you were 5 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, or a year ago, You need new management because your manager should be getting you if they've been with you for over a year, you should be getting different venues. You should be getting different spots. You should be doing various interviews. You should be in a position where people are starting to wonder who the hell you are because you're popping up everywhere and they don't even know who or what about you. They know your management. They know you. So, that being said, and that's why I went into my thing about if you're sending out 15, 20 emails, your manager should be sending 40 to 60. That's just how it is. They should be doing that. It should be a process where they're working harder than you. That's just the, I guess you could say, the reality of the situation.
It's real.
So that's just, how I see it.
That's real.
I mean, but you think if more artists knew that, like you said, if you knew when you came in, when you started, and it would have been, you would have seen things a lot differently and a lot faster. And I say the same thing about if more artists knew that, I think that a lot of their one, they would know how serious it is to do this, and two, if they wanted to do this as well as much as they think they did, because it's just like, I think I want, like getting a motorcycle. Everybody wants to get a motorcycle until you get a motorcycle and you realize, oh, wow, this is not just something that looks cute. This is actually something I have to really concentrate and be careful on. Mm-hmm. So I equate it to the same thing, and you're an artist, everybody wants to do it. They want to have the nice cars, have the nice jewelry, and pop bottles, and throw money, and a lot of times there's a lot of work before you even get to that. So
it's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see. You know what I mean? They just see you out, getting your shine on and act like you just, woke up out of the bed and it happened. It's a lot of behind the scenes things that go on, so that when you do step out, you look appropriately. You know what I'm saying? You're rewarding yourself for that hard work. If you do get the car, you know what I mean? If you do have the cash, it's because you put in the work beforehand.
Right. That is so true. So look, it was fun. Had a great time. Gave you some tough questions, and you answered them all. So that was cool. You didn't say, next question, let's pass on that. That's good. So I applaud you for that. So tell all the listeners, all your fans, friends, everybody, how they can reach you, how they can stay in touch with you, how they can keep up with your movement and what you're doing, and let them know, hey, I'm accessible because I am RogueMC.
Yes, I'm definitely accessible. You want to holler at me for shows, whatever, get at me at TheRogueMC@gmail.com. I check it. My manager checks it. We're on it. Also hit me up at on Twitter at TheRogueMC. Simple to find. Just think TheRogueMC, ROGUE. A lot of people spell it crazy. I have no idea why. You know what I'm saying? But you can also get me on YouTube, youtube.com/TheRogueMC, and check out the Reverb Nation for the music, /RogueMC.
Well, see, there it is, RogueMC. She everywhere. See, and so you know what? Before I let you go, could you explain to all the up-and-coming artists the importance of having a site where people can go to listen to your music and download it without having 50 million pop-ups pop up when they try to download the music?
I mean, mainly like what I just said, everything is easy. It's either RogueMC or TheRogueMC. It's easy to find. So people know when they Google TheRogueMC, you can hop on Google and type in TheRogueMC. I will pop up. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to make everything easy, like you said, to recognize. It's branding, as they call it. So
I'm so glad that you said that. I forgot that in my little 30-minute speech. I don't know how I forgot that one. So look,
Brandon.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Isn't it easy and accessibility? Man, you see how much stuff I had to go and think about it. I've been piecing it together for 3 weeks and finally had a chance to do it all at once and still forgot some stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that artists, need to know. and that they need to get with and understand. But like I said, I do appreciate your time. I know you're extremely busy. That I know firsthand, you know. So I do appreciate it. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. You know, we're glad we're glad that you came on and you know, you had the time to come on, because especially on Monday nights, because Mondays are hard. That's the beginning of the work weekend.
Yeah.
Everything has to, you got Monday is the foundation day. So you got to lay the foundation for the week. So really, really greatly appreciate it. And you know your family to the show, your friend and family to the show. So you're welcome anytime. So we greatly appreciate that. So you want to stick around, catch some of these tunes, and see what you want, you know, who you might want to collab with later on.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hey, got a much appreciation to the homie Rogue, the MC. You know, check her out. Like she said, she's on Reverb Nation. She's on Twitter at TheRogueMC. And for you dumbasses that don't know how to spell, that is TheRogueMC. TheRogueMC. Not the. So for you illiterate, ignorant motherfuckers that don't know how to spell the, and MC. So it's THE, not THA, not DA. So there it is. But look, we'll get into a couple tunes, have some fun. She's still rocking with us. We'll come back. And then I might give y'all another 2-minute speech on why Mimi is a dumbass on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Arguably the fakest show on the fucking planet right now. I mean, hell, I've seen episodes of Family Guy that are more real than that bullshit. But, hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, like, Stevie J is like the biggest ass in the world, and nobody can see that. But everyone runs to him, and he's, I can't even say what I was about to say. 2 weeks from now.